Hey there, I'm Shane Oglow, and welcome to this week's Rogue Trader Trading weekly update. It is June 21st, the second day of summer officially. Yesterday, June 20th, was the summer solstice. And hey, things have been looking pretty damn good. The markets are a little bit down right now. Our accounts are off new highs, but we hit some new highs yesterday on some of the accounts. Let me share with you a little bit about what's going on this week. I'll talk about the two accounts that we trade for demo purposes. I'll talk about some other stuff. I've got other screens going on and different things, different strategies, not too much, but we're going to focus on these two strategies. So let me first share what's going on in the market right now. I've got some weakness. Let me just screen share this. There. You should be able to see this. This is Bitcoin. I haven't been trading Ethereum. We can take a look here. It's been holding up pretty good. It's not even touching the bottom of this current range here. But let's go back to Bitcoin for a quick second here. We had, and if you watch DirtyBird live or you follow us, you know that when it comes to summertime and range trading, I always bet on the range holding, and I'll make all kinds of trades in between, whether I'm doing short option spreads on each side, whether I'm taking options long, whether I'm taking spot long or short or perpetuals, doesn't matter. Variations on the same theme. And, we can see the last few weeks has been incredible trading. Some accounts, I think Richard's had an account up over 20%. This account over here, I'm looking at a discretionary account, 5, 6, 7%, trading really, really lightly, using hardly any margin, just because, when I go up and press the top of the range, I'm happy to sell the other side of it. When I come down, press the bottom of the range, I'm happy to sell the other side of it. Now, we did have this little breakdown, which started happening yesterday. I took a little bit of a loss. I don't mind. Losses happen in trading. Because when you trade a trend, when you trade a channel, eventually that channel is going to break. No, I'm not saying this channel is breaking. This could just be a wick down and go right back up. Easy peasy. It probably will. It might not. When you trade a channel, you can make, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 trades in a row. They're successful, but eventually that channel is going to break and you're going to take a hit and you have to accept that. Small hit in this case, not a big deal. In fact, actually, I made some profit on some long options, which were bought back overnight. Sold overnight. So this is our situation right now. We're kind of poking down. We're hanging around $64,000 US dollars in Bitcoin right now. But look, we're kind of at the bottom of this little channel here. And excuse my voice, it's getting better every week though. But look, we've got a lot of resistance here. Could we fall straight down to over here? Sure. Anything could happen. It's the market. I don't know. Anything could happen. But in these summertime sessions, there's not a lot of volume. We typically don't get markets that just continue to go one way. They tend to kind of, bounce back up and meander back and forth. My type of trading, because I prefer more of a market maker style where I'm taking both sides of the market. So here we are. We are in this situation. We've got a bit of weakness. We've kind of come from, let's see, 72,000 back in June 7th, and it's the 21st today. So we've kind of had this downtrend for sure. We've had some big up candles in that downtrend. But is this the bottom? We're going to kind of bounce up back up here? Probably, but we could continue going down. All right, so let's take a look at the accounts. And I guess what I was going to say too, one other thing I'll mention is there's a lot of discretionary trading going on in here. Anytime I have a big move down, I'll take the other side of it. Big move up, taking the other side of it. I made a fair bit of money in those moves. Now, that's not for everybody. I happened to be sitting in front of the screen when certain moves happened. Other moves, I wasn't. I was out doing something. I missed it. And that's okay. I don't mind. But I will jump on those opportunities. They're high probability trades. I put a stop in. If I take a loss, it's not a big deal. All right, let's take a quick look here. Let me switch over to the spreadsheet. Now, this is a synthetic miner account. This is the account that's designed to accumulate more Bitcoin. Why? Because we have a long-term view that Bitcoin is going to appreciate in value, whether that's in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. Who knows where it could go? We want to have as much Bitcoin as possible if it does go up to 200,000 or whatever. Okay. So the idea here is we try to make as much Bitcoin as possible. We've been running this now for 16 weeks. We started off with 0.0825 Bitcoin. And right now we're at 0.1120. So we've increased our Bitcoin by over 33%. We were up 35% yesterday, but with this move down, we had some in the money puts that I had to manage, adjusted them out. And if you watch our live streams, you can watch through Patreon, Rogue Trader Academy, or you can join Rogue Trader Academy and watch those daily live streams. You'll see how I manage that. But you know what? 33%. We increased our Bitcoin by 33% in 16 weeks, and our US dollar return is up 36%. Now, if we want to take a look, we can annualize that too, and I think I've got the annualized, so 154% right now, annualized Bitcoin return, 170% annualized return USD. Here's the chart for a graphical view. You can see here we started monitoring this daily instead, so we can increase our sharpe ratio. This red line down on the bottom is hodling. So we assumed two people. We both had about $5,500 16 weeks ago. We bought Bitcoin. Boom. They're just going to hold this thing. They're going to hodl it. Doesn't matter what the price does. So this is always going to be flat. This is the increase in Bitcoin we've had. Okay. Now, if I move over a little bit more, this is the US dollar value. So you're going to see as the price of Bitcoin fluctuates above and below the purchase price, the value is going to go up or down. For us, it's going to do the same. It's going to go up or down, but we're going to have a steady uptrend up, hopefully, unless something dramatic happens. So we're pretty happy with that. Let's just take a look at the DirtyBird. And one last thing I'll mention about the synthetic miner. If you're new to watching us, what's the point of doing this? Okay, accumulating more Bitcoin, but it's called a synthetic miner because you could say we're mining Bitcoin. So some people out there are buying these CPUs and they're these different computers, and they're paying for electricity. They're trying to find the cheapest electricity, and they're trying to mine Bitcoin. They're trying to generate more Bitcoin. Okay, fine. That's costly, very expensive, and very competitive. It's not like it was 5, 10, 15 years ago. 15 years ago is a bit too long. So we're doing this with options. We're trying to do this with options, and we're trying to beat the miners. And clearly, as of 16 weeks has gone by, we're clearly beating them. So it's fantastic, and it's something anyone can do. This is a small account. We started with $5,000. No big deal, right? No big deal. Let's check out our DirtyBird. Now, the DirtyBird is sort of an iron condor strategy. And both these accounts, the synthetic miner and the DirtyBird, they have variations on what we'll do with the strategy. If the market decides to start heading down, and we seem to be in a downtrend, we're going to change that strategy a little bit until that reverses. Okay. The DirtyBird is an iron condor strategy, and we're keeping our risk really, really low right now while implied volatility is down and during the summer session. But we're doing pretty good. I mean, we started this on the 6th of May, so it hasn't been around very long. We started off with 0.0621 Bitcoin, and we're up to 0.0713. Pretty damn good. Let's just check out a return here. So we've increased our Bitcoin by almost 15%. Now, the point here isn't to just accumulate Bitcoin. We also want to accumulate US dollars. Okay. And so we're up 12% on US dollars. So we're pretty damn happy about that versus hodling, which is down 1.8%. If we'll annualize our returns, Bitcoin return, we're at 200%. Annualize our US dollar return, we're at 156% or 158%. Obviously, these annualized returns are going to swing around and change, but it's just to give a snapshot. Here's our Bitcoin return versus hodling. So nice, steady increase as we generate more Bitcoin as we go through. And here's our US dollar return. A little bit of a drawdown last few days because Bitcoin's been weak. So as Bitcoin comes down, we have less US dollar value, right? So you can see versus hodling, but we want to, just keep that nice slope going up to separate ourselves from the hodlers. All right. So that's pretty much it for these two accounts. I think we're pretty happy. We were hitting all-time highs. Let's see, this account hit an all-time high yesterday and the day before as well. You can see wherever it says 0%, that's an all-time high. So we're going to have drawdowns. We're going to go up and down, but we're managing this as a fund. I don't have a sharpe ratio for which is a metric for measuring returns for the DirtyBird. For the synthetic miner, our sharp ratio is a little bit low. It's just under 2. Ideally, and that's because we have larger drawdowns. We could choose to repair that. We could choose to put in downside protection as part of our strategy using a portion of our profits, but we're not. We're not looking to have a great sharp ratio. We're not hunting for hedge funds to pick this up. We've got our own funds. We do our own thing. But that might be something. If we look like we're going to a bear market, we might start to do that, which should help increase the sharp ratio if anybody wants to look that up. Hey, that's it for this week. Let's see. Today and this Friday is the largest options expiry ever in the U.S. Trillions expiring, so it could cause some ripples in the market. Let's see what happens. We're going to keep trading as per usual. I think that the range is probably going to hold. The channel is probably going to hold, but anything can happen. Until that, we'll either see you in our group or we'll see you next week for the next update.